What? I thought it was supposed to be OB, but he's doing chains.
I'm scouting. Look, oh. Wow.
This will be quite the spectacle today, as we have the 5-0 Hammers going up against the 0-5 Goblins. Mark Hawkins to kick off, and it's an onside, and is recovered by Jordan Girton, who gets tackled by what looks to be David Schwartz.
Covered by Jordan Girton. It's going to bring first down and 20 for the Goblins.
You just got to do the tackle. Just David Schwartz. Yeah. Yeah, offense and defense. Yes, he is. Goblins start with Jordan Girton as quarterback, with Jared Rivera, Mayo Boy, in the backfield. Jordan rolls out right. Looks like he's going to scramble. Almost jukes out Jamie Perbula for a 0-yard gain. Or 1.
Tackle on the play made by Jamie Perbula.
The yards and stuff are more important than tackles.
Tackles are like hard to
Yeah. Jordan Girton drops back to pass. Overthrows Ralph Lynch.
Girton's pass is incomplete, intended for Ralph Lynch.
Right now, this Hammers defense looks impenetrable. Hopefully the Goblins will be able to get something done on this third down. Just want to thank all the fans out here today. Girton drops back to pass. Spin moves. Gets sacked by Parker Townsend.
Jordan Girton sacked on the play by Parker Townsend.
Now, Jordan does not look too safe in that pocket out there, but if you want your money to be safe, you should definitely put it in South State Bank. Will the Goblins punt, or will they try and go for a fourth in what seems like forever? And it looks like a punt. Recovered by Caleb Herndon, who goes right and is tackled by... Yeah. I believe that was... I don't know. I can't see. Number 17. Yeah. Very interesting set here as we have Caleb Herndon in as quarterback. Let's see, is it Wildcat? Yes, it is. Runs right. tackled by Ralph Lynch for a gain of about 3.
Herndon's run goes for a gain of 3. Tackle on the play made by Ralph Lynch.
Right now, it seems like a one-person defense with Ralph Lynch for the Goblins. Now we have Parker Townsend in as quarterback. Really throwing everyone in the backfield today. And he goes left. And is tackled by Peter Wixon.
Parker Townsend on the run. Gets a gain of 11. Tackle made by Peter Wixon.
I wonder if the Hammers are even going to throw the ball today. Because they're moving the ball so well on the ground today. Now Jamie Buell in the backfield. Looks like he's going to throw up. Evades the sack. And is tackled by Jordan Girton.
Jamie Purbuella on the run. Gain of about 3. Tackle made by Jordan Girton.
First and goal. Let's see how the Hammers try to handle this. Motions to Caleb Herndon, who's going to jet sweep. Tackled by Austin Kupfer.
Caleb Herndon is run. He goes for a gain of 5.
You know, sitting up here in the booth for the first time, the Hammers team really run heavy today. I don't think we've seen it this run heavy before. And Wendell's finally in the backfield, and he's just going to roll into the end zone.
Wendell Bethel, a 5-yard run for the touchdown. That's going to bring the score to Hammers 6, Goblins 0.
And it looks like Amarion McMillan has shown up out of the woods. We're in the break Goblin Green. Hopefully that's the push that they need in order to win this game for the Goblins.
The Hammers have elected to go for the 1-point extra point attack.
Oh, it looks like Wendell Bethel is just too fast for everyone to handle. As they had the track star, Nicholas Campione, on the sack, almost on the sack.
Marion's here. My phone? Are you using it? For the camera. Camera? They don't have anyone up there. I don't have a phone. That's why I don't have a phone. Do we have people to get up there? Yeah, I have something to get up there. I just need a phone that has the app already on. Hopefully by the next game I can get a different phone. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully you'll have that. How was your debut for the Goblins?
And it looks like Goblins legend Austin Kupfer is now out for the game. Such a sad story. Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors: Gas South, Indian River Project Management, Pathway Church, Masters Academy, Tropical Property Management, Renegade Visuals, South State Bank, Polished Mani Pedi Lounge and Hair Studio and Boutique, Next Level Productions, Vero Fitness, Vero ENT Associates, Village Beach Market, Martinez Photography, Cafe 66, Rooted Landscape, Pampered Life.net, and Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Jamie Beulah set to kick off.
So many sponsors helping this grateful league. Recovered by Jared Rivera. He's going left. He's a couple blockers ahead of him. And tackled by David Schwartz.
Recovered by Jared Wolf, taken for a gain of 11.
Let's see how well the connection between Jordan Girton and Amarion will be this week. Amarion is up against the best cornerback on the Hammers, Jamie Pabula. And Jordan's just going to scramble up for a good 10 yards, I'd say.
Jordan Girton on the run goes for a gain of 10. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Goblins.
Just want to thank the thousands of fans that are in here or watching at home. It's truly great to have you all here. Jordan drops back. And looks to be sacked.
Jordan
Yeah, it was a sack.
is sacked on the play by Parker Townsend.
I think the Goblins might have to change their game plan after this ruthless onslaught by the Hammers defensive line. Muffs a snap and is sacked by Parker Townsend.
And sack on the play by Parker Townsend.
Oh, it was the end of the quarter.
I had to put time back on.
Sacked again by Peyton Keene.
Sack on the play by Peyton Keene this time.
You know, and TikTok Casey might have to watch out for his sack record. Because it looks like Parker Townsend might actually beat it this week. What a catch by our line judge, Omar Guevara. Oh, Marion, right in the backfield. Wendell throws it up, and it is caught by David Schwartz for the touchdown.
Long pass on the play by Wendell Bethel.
Oh, not a touchdown.
Caught by David Schwartz.
Yeah. 55. Don't do the yards for the quarterback yet. Just do you can just add them up at the end. Three receivers outright for the Hammers. Bethel takes a snap. Has all the time in the world to throw, it seems. And tosses up to Jamie Pabula for the touchdown.
To Jamie Pabula for the touchdown.
You know, I'd love to have Wendell Bethel in fantasy football this week, but we don't have a VXFL fantasy football league yet. Yeah.
The Hammers are going for the 1-point conversion attempt.
You know, preparing for this game, I really would have thought that Amarian would have played cornerback, but it seems like he's just going to stay in as outside linebacker or pass rusher. Oh, actually, now he's covering Wendell. And the pass is incomplete for Daniel Williams on the 1-point conversion. You know not to count conversions, right, Liam?
Is that conversion attempt?
It's no good. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't count.
Wait, was it? What? Did they not call a touchdown? What happened?
Yeah.
Wait. Preston Keene. Was that a touchdown?
Oh. So. Peyton Keene in at quarterback. Looks to be a screen to Wendell Bethel, who's gonna dive for the touchdown. And it looks like he got it. No official rule from the line judge. I did too. Yeah, it looks like it though. Officials are marking it a touchdown. I'm gonna call it a touchdown. Alright, Peyton Keene rolls out, and it's incomplete. The score is 13-0.
That was a touchdown. Yeah,
No.
That was a conversion.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know why they. Yeah, no, it's a score because they're walking back to kick off.
Yeah.
Just for clarification, there was a touchdown on the run by Wendell Bethel. The conversion attempt was incomplete, and that'll bring the score to Hammers 13, Goblins 0.
No, I think they didn't get the touchdown on what we thought was the first pass. So, yeah, that was considered incomplete. Yeah.
Hey, Omar.
Maybe he was outside the end zone.
Why wasn't that called a touchdown? The foot was out. Oh, his foot was out.
Silly Jamie had his foot out, recovered by Jordan Girton. Quite the kick. Oh, he's making a couple men miss.
Kicked off by Mark Hawkins, recovered by Jordan Girton.
And Caden Wilson with the tackle.
Wilson with the tackle.
Yeah. First time I'm hearing that name all year. Jordan throws it and is caught by Jarrett Wolf.
Up the middle to Jarrett Wolf.
Great hands there by Jarrett Wolf.
5.
Hopefully Jordan gets more time in the pocket these plays. Avoids a sack by Peyton Keene. Runs and is tackled.
And Jordan Gurton on the run for another gain of 5. Tackle made by Parker Thompson.
Quite the sideline chatter by the Alabama Hammers. Slightly high snap. Lobs it to Jared Rivera, who has... That was only one hand, and he goes in for the touchdown.
And Jared Rivera with the long touchdown.
That's what the Green Bay Goblins needed to win in order to win this. 35. Yeah. No. I was 31. I think. One-point conversion. Jordan. Oh, and it's dropped by Nicholas Campione.
And the one-point conversion attempt is no good. Intended for Nicholas Campione.
Jordan's all upset. He was practicing his touchdown dance and everything. What? I'm good for now. Man, the refs out here today are being quite the athletes.
Hammers 13, Goblins 6.
Man. The two... Oh, quite the kick with Mario McMillan.
Fun fact, that is only the second shooting kickoff behind Will Wagner's win kick in week 3.
I think the Goblins figured out who their kicker is not going to be.
Gonna bring the Hammers to a 1st and 20 at the 31-yard line.
Fakes a handoff. Caleb Herndon is going down deep for the wheel route. Dumps it off to Mark Hawkins, who then gets tackled
Hawkins on
by the
reception
GOAT, Peter
for a
Wixon.
gain of 5. It's going to bring it to 2nd down and 15 for the Hammers.
Same play design. And he has Daniel Williams deep and is overthrown.
Daniel Williams. That's going to bring up 3rd down for the Hammers.
Liam, do a time check. Seal time check.
Preston,
We have a crazed fan walking across the field.
2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, finally looks like I'm going to have some company in the booth. Quite excited for this.
How you guys doing today? What do you think about this game, Alex?
I think the Goblins are performing extremely well. You know, especially having to have the mix-up with personnel earlier.
Yeah. And I think their biggest thing right now is going to be giving Jordan Girton time in the pocket, blocking.
Yes.
Which I just haven't seen from this team. You know, you see these guys engage and blow past them, so I like to see them improve on that from Jordan.
And if the Goblins keep on capitalizing on the Hammers' mistakes, I feel this could be a lot closer game than people realize.
I agree. You know, I think the biggest thing is here they have to stop this drive. Not an easy task, but
Yeah.
putting pressure on, you know,
Wendell Bethel goes deep. And it's caught by Jamie Pabula.
Touchdown Hammers.
You know, that was quite the desperation throw right there.
And I think Jamie Pabula has a strong case for offensive player of the year.
Oh, easily.
He's just an amazing player, and he makes plays like that when it looks like nothing's coming out.
Yes. 'Cause, like, I thought Wendell should not have thrown that ball there.
I agree. Yeah, the score is 19-6. Seeing Wendell go out wide, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a rollout. The Hammers love to do that on these one-point conversions.
You might see a motion. Oh. Avoids the sack, but throws an incompletion.
Incomplete pass.
Pass is incomplete for the 1-point conversion, and that'll bring the score. The Hammers 19, Goblins 6.
19-6 in the second quarter. I don't think this game's impossible for the Goblins.
No, they definitely have a chance. They just can't let big plays happen.
Right. And, you know, not giving up broken plays, not making mistakes, and then Jordan Girton does do what he does best.
Yeah.
And really, all they need is to help Jordan out and give him time, and I think they can win this game.
Yeah. They also need to utilize their deep threat, Marion McMillan, but it's going to be very difficult with all these defensive weapons.
I agree, and I think Marion has the skill to be able to make huge plays in this game. But if Jordan doesn't have time for Marion to get downfield, he can't make anything of it, and it's going to constantly dump off.
Yep. I agree with that exactly.
First and 10. Chain game. Oh, no, my bad. It's a kickoff.
Yep. Marion McMillan is back deep for the kickoff. And it's a squib kick.
Jaden Wilson's kickoff.
Picked up by
Marion.
McMillan,
Picked up by Marion McMillan.
He has a big pocket. Only one man to beat.
He is tagged down by Daniel Williams. That's a 19-yard return by Marion McMillan.
All right, so first down for the Goblins here.
It was a good squib.
Let's see how they, and really, just to go back to the kick, having a good kicker in this league is very important.
Yes.
Not giving the other team the ability to return a long kick or a short kick like we saw with the Dimes, where I think it was Jaheim or Cornell.
It was Cornell.
Kick,
yeah. Whereas your team, you don't even have to worry about kickoffs because your kicker just boots it right into the end zone.
I've now onside kicked one time this year.
Burton's pass complete to
Dump
Peter
off to
Wixon.
Peter Wixon.
Oh, one hand.
Makes the man miss. Oh, but there is a flag on the
By
play.
Parker Townsend.
Let's see what happens.
Might be a
here.
block in the back.
Oh.
Aw.
There's a block in the back.
You hate to see it, don't
That
you,
was
Austin?
Called back.
one of the best moves I've seen Peter Wixon do all year.
Yeah.
You know, people underestimate him, but he's a relatively good athlete for the team.
Mm-hmm. And he's very humble about it.
Yeah, that's very true.
A lot of people in this league are very arrogant.
I agree. And wearing number 87, some compare him to Rob Gronkowski, which I see the resemblance. I mean,
Yeah.
just looking at his physique.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, look at those calves popping on Peter Wixon right now.
Yeah, not to mention he's a party animal.
Yes. I think part of the reason the Goblins are losing right now is because Peter doesn't have his hat on.
I'd agree with that statement. Well, you know, we got Jared Rivera with the headband, Jarrett Wolf with the hat, and Amari McMillan with the do-rag. I mean,
Yeah.
tides can turn here.
Yeah. Oh, pass rush. Unsacked.
Sacked again by Parker Townsend.
You know, and that's Parker Townsend's specialty. You know, not necessarily getting in the backfield. Not necessarily getting in the backfield, but waiting till the right moment to reach his arms out and get the quarterback down.
Yes.
It's almost like he hides behind the blocker so that Jordan doesn't see him and just pops out of nowhere and makes it another down.
Yep. It's been quite the defensive key this week.
And every week, really. I think that's their biggest defensive highlight is their pass rush.
Yes.
Because yes, they have good defenders, but sometimes it seems like their defensive game plan isn't all there. So when you have these defenders that can get in the backfield within a second, you know, the quarterbacks can't do anything.
Yep.
Nick Campione at center. See how his snaps are doing this game.
Dad, Sarah and Mom need a charger.
Good snap by Nick Campione and holding off Caden Wilson with the block.
Is he gonna dump it off?
And
He gets the
threw it
throw
up
off,
to Mario
but
McMillan.
oh,
Incomplete.
almost got the sideline throw.
I believe if you put that ball a little more in bounds, Amari can come down with it,
Yeah.
and that's a touchdown.
Incredible effort by both players, though, I will have to say.
Absolutely. And you know, Jordan Girton coming into this league is going to make a huge impact, and has made a huge impact on the Goblins.
Yeah.
You know, someone who most likely would have been the first overall pick.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad you know, having the first overall pick in the draft, I took Trevor O'Brien, now seeing his abilities, but before I didn't know Trevor. So my ideal pick was going to be Jordan, and you know, he's a great player, but I don't know if he's going to be in the MVP race this year.
I don't know. I think he just came in too late to the season to really win MVP.
I agree.
Who's your MVP favorite right now?
Well, for me, I would have put it between, you know, Wendell Bethel, Trevor O'Brien, or Jamie Prebula. And I think Jamie Prebula is going to win Offensive Player of the
Oh,
Year.
almost intercepted by Jamie Prebula.
Yeah. I think that Jamie Prebula is going to win Offensive Player of the Week or Year. Therefore, he can't win MVP.
Yeah.
So it's going to be between Wendell and Trevor O'Brien, and I really think it's just going to come down to who wins the championship. If
Yes.
either one of those teams win the championship.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And right now, I think it's between O'Brien and Wendell. If
Yeah.
the
I think it'll just come down to the fan favorite.
Right. If it was going to happen right now, I would have to take Wendell.
Yes.
Just because he's led his team undefeated, and having the loss to the Hammers, we're missing a lot of guys. But in terms of statistics-wise, Wendell right now. But hopefully, Trevor O'Brien can pull out a next couple good weeks.
Yeah. A quarterback play. Oh, you do not want to intercept that.
Intercepted by Caleb Herndon.
That was a smart play there by Jordan Girton. Rather than let the Hammers have good field position, he threw the interception in the end zone.
I mean,
that's having a high football IQ right there.
If there's a score before half here, yeah, I would have to say it's been looking like a dominant game from the Hammers. And I don't see Tides turning if they can put up another point before half.
No, not at all.
Because remember, they get the ball at half as well.
Mm-hmm. You see, you always want to score before a 2-minute warning.
Right.
And then, or you want to score before the second half, and then you get the ball back, so that way you're up by 2 scores.
Exactly. And it's a possibility that that's what they could do here.
Mm-hmm.
See the matchups.
Marion now playing back deep as safety.
I think that's the best place for him to be.
Wendell is going to scramble. Wendell struts to the sideline.
Runs out of bounds.
Trying to put a filter on us commentators.
We'll see what happens here. I don't know how much time is left in the half necessarily. Probably around a little under a minute.
Yeah.
But what I see happening here is if Wendell's at quarterback, he's going to run around for a while, buy time, and you can only cover guys for so long.
Yeah.
Especially with the athletes they have. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another touchdown by Jamie Pabula here.
Yeah. Or I'm going to go with the sleeper pick here, Daniel Williams.
Daniel Williams, that's a good possibility as well.
Because
judging how he, burnt Ralph Lynch earlier this game.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick Campione to Mark.
Caught by Mark Hawkins.
Complete to Mark Hawkins.
He is not out of bounds.
Timeout Hammers. That's a gain of 9.
Yep.
Preston!
24 seconds left in the game. Let's see. Will the Hammers, or not left in the half. Sorry, it's been an early morning for you guys.
See what they decided to do here.
Yeah.
They put Peyton out wide. I'm telling you, Wendell's going to buy time here. Or
Yeah, might be. Caleb Herndon looks deep, and airing it out, and it's overthrown.
Ahead of Caleb Herndon.
I do have to say, it's very hard to throw under pressure.
That's true. But when you look at the pressure they're sending, these are 2 great guys, speedy guys, but I don't think they match the athleticism of Wendell Bethel.
No, I don't think there's hardly anyone in this league that can.
So really, if I'm Wendell, I'm running back to the end zone, doing a couple spin moves, juke maybe, run back, file my taxes, and throw the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, he's trying to make this look like Madden out here, wouldn't you say?
Exactly. Aiden Wilson in on the play. So that's one guy you do not see touch the field much. Let's see if he can make an impact here.
Whoa, Nick Campione blitzes. He's out of bounds.
Wendell Bethel for another run.
I think there are very few guys in this league that can catch Wendell Bethel. I do think there are a few.
Yeah.
I think Amarion might be able to catch Wendell. And you have people like, even on the Hammers, they're on the Hammers, so they're never catching Wendell. But, also people like Willie Pfeiffer.
And Cornell Wilson.
Exactly. I might say laterally Dylan Goldfarb if he has that angle. I don't think he's faster, but I think he's just super quick laterally.
Yeah. Tell you, I think Dylan Goldfarb has more yards laterally than he does vertically.
And that's very true. Dylan Goldfarb hasn't had all that much vertical rush yards at least this season as opposed to last season. It's just because of the scheme the Pioneers decided to run. But he's a great player. Reception to
Wendell
Wendell.
Bethel.
Is he down?
Touchdown.
No.
Touchdown
If he was
Hammers.
touched by anyone, it was his own player, Daniel Williams.
Mason Keene, 35-yard
Wow.
pass.
And this is where this game becomes dominant.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but it's not looking good for the...
It's not a good day to be a Goblins fan.
No. Do you know the password for the iPads? Liam, do you know the password for the iPads? Well, folks, looks like technology does not want us to record the touchdown. Oh, Mr. Keen's walking back. Mr. Keen, what's the password? The iPad.
And we go for the 1-point conversion attempt.
Going for the extra point conversion. Jamie Fabula looked for a rollout. And it's like, oh, Jordan
Rolls out.
Oh.
Gets the corner.
It's really like clockwork.
There's the extra point.
We see the same thing every time.
That'll bring the score to Hammers 26.
Really, it seems like nobody can stop it.
No.
I'm not going to put my team on
Yeah.
a pedestal because they couldn't stop it when we played them.
No.
They just have such a good scheme for those rollouts that for some reason people don't pick up on it.
Mm-hmm. You know, I hate to be a hater here, but I want this team, the Hammers team, to be like the New England Patriots back in 2010, I think it was, where they went undefeated in the regular season. Nothing could stop them, but then they lose in the championship.
And the Giants came in. You know, I'm a Patriots fan.
I am too.
But then the Giants came in and ruined their season, which,
I hated to see it,
you know, I
but
would love for the Pioneers to be that team to take them off the championship, but, you know. Oh, there's 1 second left in the game.
yeah.
All right, well, maybe the Goblins can do something here. I think the betting odds
It's
are,
very unlikely, but
you know, I'll put in $1 to the betting odds to win $5 million if they
hey,
Hey, Caden. Okay. Caden does not decide to say hi to Coach Co.
I have no clue how Caden knows my name. I've never met this man before. I literally saw him when I walked in. He was like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey."
Just a nice guy. Okay, Marion, you're gonna look for a lateral here.
Yeah.
Behind you, get people behind you.
Yeah, there's
Oh, get
not
it back,
much.
get it back.
Oh, he
Oh.
has the room.
Mario
Will he
McBeth.
go? He will
He's gonna
not.
run.
Gets forced out of bounds.
I don't know. He knows that there's 1 second left. By him running out of bounds. You know.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be it.
I mean,
And I would like to get an interview with who do you want to interview?
I say we get Parker Townsend. We hardly ever get
Parker
defensive
Townsend
players.
And I'm
Yeah,
saying-
and Jared Rivera with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Parker.
Parker Townsend.
Oh, in the middle.
Yeah, back.
How you doing, Parker?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing all right. So, how are you feeling about this game so far?
I think it's a great game. Defense is doing a great job containing their quarterback.
How many sacks does he have? Wow, 4 sacks already today. Do you want to try and double that in the second half?
Yeah. I mean, I put all my effort into this. So try as hard as I can.
Sit down.
You got a question for him?
Just, you know, this really helps with Peyton also being another pass rusher. Do you think him opening up holes for you is making you get more pressures in?
Yeah, because he'll take one blocker and they'll put him on him, and it kind of gives me more space to get to their quarterback.
Yeah.
What do you guys think is the biggest strength and biggest weakness of your team right now?
I think our biggest strength is our offense, and our biggest weakness is our performance in the second half. Because we've given up a lot of points when we do really good in the first half, and in the second half we kind of slack off.
All right. Well, hopefully you guys can get together second half and bring home a win. All right. Thank you, Parker.
Good luck to you out there.
I want that. Let's do Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan. Jordan.
Okay.
So we're just sitting down here for an interview. So what do you think is the problem with the Green Bay Goblins currently?
Right now, we just need to have more physicality. We just need to be more aggressive off the line, aggressive when it comes to pass deflection. And overall, we just got some things to adjust on, but hopefully second half we can get those things fixed and get back in this game.
All right, perfect. Alex?
How do you plan on stopping the Hammers defensively?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, we all know they got a lot of weapons, so the best thing that we're trying to do right now is just find good matchups, and we're probably going to lean towards more help over top, hopefully in the second half, but well, I just don't know what's going to happen yet. So,
in terms of blocking, how do you feel your team is doing giving you time in the pocket? And if you don't think they're doing very well, what can you guys do to adjust that?
For what they're doing right now, I mean, against the two best rushers in the league right now, I mean, they're giving me just enough time, but just enough isn't enough right now. So we're probably going to switch to more blockers, but in a way to where they won't be just stacked up on the line and ready to go. So.
Alrighty, perfect.
Yeah,
thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
How do you feel about Jordan not putting Owen Casey in the top two blocker or pass rushers?
I don't mind it, because Owen Casey is, I would say one of the best in this league. But now the addition of, Donald Thomas to the Pioneers, I think we're going to see a totally different pass rush game. Last week he didn't do all that good because he didn't know the league. He didn't know he could be physical.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do today and see if maybe we can change Jordan's mind on that. Owen Casey, as of right, he will not be here today unless he catches an emergency flight home from New York City, which is doubtful.
Yeah.
So,
I saw he was with I forgot his name. The actor.
Morgan,
Yeah. He was Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan. And what a guy to meet, huh?
Yeah. Very comedic. We'll have to say he's up there in my.
Yeah, he's really funny.
I mean, Adam Sandler's obviously
And
number one.
we didn't know Owen Casey was going to be out until the day before he left. No, not the day before, maybe 2 days before he left for New York, because he didn't know he was going to New York. His parents were just like, hey, want to go to New York? Sure. And, they went. And I'm not mad about it. While I was in New York, he might stop and see Conk. Say what's up to the people of Seekonk at home.
Yeah.
But it hurts us a little bit. I think playing this Dimes team, missing Jaheim, missing some of their key players.
Yeah.
I'm not nervous. I wish we would have had everybody against the Hammers game. We did not, but that's just how it goes. And hopefully we reunite with the Hammers in the championship.
Yeah.
So, which I think might be the favorite right now. Anything can happen any given Saturday.
Yeah, I feel like it'll either be you or. Yeah, unless the Aces have a chance.
These last few weeks are
together.
going to tell a lot.
Yes.
These last few weeks are going to tell whether the Aces are turning, which I think they have very good possibility of turning, into one of the best teams in this league.
Yes.
They just have to get their stuff together. And then, I would say the same with the Hunters. I think the Hunters, truthfully, if I'm taking my team out of the equation, because obviously I'm going to put my team at 1, but truthfully, I think the Hunters are one of the best teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say if they have everybody there and Omar's leading the team correctly, I might put them over the Hammers in some situations.
Yeah, they have easily the best attendance behind the Hammers.
Yeah, that's true. And really, they have some athletes on their team that don't show up some games because of whatever happens. But I think during the playoffs, they're going to be fired up. And having Omar, he's just the most dangerous person on the field when he's mad. And if you get him mad, he is going to do anything he can. You put that ball up, it doesn't matter if you have, Jalen Ramsey on him. He will come down with that ball. So I'm excited to see what he does come playoff time.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking forward to playing him. And actually, if seeding stays the way it is right now, the Pioneers will play the Aces. And
that was a close game.
It was. It was. You know, it was rough. You know, all of our
Your team
got
was
hurt.
riddled with injuries.
And I think you were missing a couple people as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But you know, I think you guys trading for Stephen Delory helped your scheme.
Yeah, and that helped your scheme too.
Yeah, it really was a mutual trade between both of us, and I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
You know, counting that the standings stay the same, because you can never count Preston Keene out.
No.
He is the only coach, I'd say, in sports history to make the championship without winning a single playoff game last season.
Yeah.
Now that is just outstanding.
Crazy.
Maybe he does it again this year. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that just goes to show anything's possible with Coach Keene.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, oh boy, am I waiting for this Chick-fil-A truck to get here.
Oh.
Shout out some sponsors real quick.
Yeah.
You know, if you're hungry, Chick-fil-A at the games, Cafe 66 off the field. It's just the blessed place I like to go.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been to Cafe 66 in a while. I might go.
Oh boy, you're missing out.
I know.
Their breakfast is great. Lunch I forgot what it's called, but you know, service is great. And I asked the waitress, "Hey, can I get, you know, whatever you order me something? You know, I don't care." And Jackson said the same. And you know, she brought us these 2 burritos, sausage, mac and cheese. Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
And the atmosphere there is so
absolutely. And, you know, all of our sponsors are amazing. We appreciate all of them. Just to go through them, if you want to do that side, I'll do this side. You can start off.
Brightview, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, pamperedlife.net, it's a little bit covered, Rooted Landscape Services, Cafe 66, as we mentioned, Martinez Photography, Village Beach Market, and Vero ENT Associates.
All great organizations supporting such a great league and really have their the youth in mind. You know, and starting with Indian River Property Management, you know, any jobs you need for whatever it may be in construction and housing. Pathway Church and Masters Academy, both, you know, giving us the venue, being great help with that. Tropical Property Management, you know, great company. And Renegade Visuals, they actually do a lot for us.
Yes.
You know, they provide a lot of this equipment, and they really make it possible for us to have the editing we have. Then you have South State Bank, you know, great place, open a checking account, you know, get a loan. And then, you know, Next Level Productions and Polish Mani Petty Lounge, hair studio and boutique for all the ladies out there watching at home.
Yeah. Or men if you do like to get pampered.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
I know a couple that.
I know I enjoy it. You know,
I probably would enjoy it, but I feel like if I enjoy it, then I'm gonna go there way too often.
I spend a lot of money. I don't have that kind of money right now.
Yeah.
But as soon as I have that cash flow coming, you know, the first place I'm going is Polish Mani Petty Lounge and Hair Salon.
Yeah. Because like a lot of guys nowadays are actually getting their nails painted a lot more than they used to. So.
And what better place to do it?
Yeah.
Really. All right, so we have the game starting here shortly, the second half. This will be...
Starting off the second half, the Goblins will kick off.
An onside kick covered by Peyton Keene.
To Peyton Keene, and that's one guy you do not want to kick to.
No.
He will never, ever drop an onside kick or fail to field it if it's in a close radius.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure most of these guys on the Hammers team have good hands. You know, one of the best hands team in the league, I would say.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, their athleticism's great, and you know, his draft went amazing.
Oh yeah.
But in terms of the, you know, currently the second best in terms of standings team in the league, the Pioneers, you know, we might not have the best receivers, the best hands. It's just game plan and slow, meticulous drafts. Maybe the best quarterback. I might say by a large margin, but hey, let's get back to the game.
Looks like a wildcat formation here.
Run up the
And-
middle.
Caleb Herndon on the run for a gain of 4.
And you know, the Hammers see that they don't have a middle linebacker there.
No.
So they're going to run it up the middle, gain a 4 or 5 every time, and that'll lead to a first down every time.
Yep.
So
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
exactly. And that's what they've been doing the same thing pretty much since week 1, and
Yeah.
they're undefeated. So their game plan works, their plays work. You know, they have an amazing coach, amazing team. It really doesn't get much better than the Hammers
Yeah.
in this league right now.
An amazing chemistry, I'd also add.
That's very true. And that's, I think, one of the biggest contributing factors. Chemistry is everything.
Yes. See it a lot with your team.
Right. And you know,
Everyone gets along really well.
if you look at teams,
There's it out to
Oh.
the field.
okay, nice coverage by Ralph Lynch. And if you look at teams that currently have lower standings in the league, such as the Goblins, such as the Aces, you don't see the chemistry as prominently. You know, Aces are starting to build their chemistry up. But you know, talking to Preston, I remember the first few weeks, nobody would come to practice, and
Yeah.
you know, nobody would talk in the group chat, and that's something you need for your team to be successful. And it sounds like that's turning for the Aces.
Yeah, I mean, I've hardly said a word in the group chat. I hate to admit it. I try to come to every practice, but
Sometimes you can.
yeah, sometimes I'm out of town, you know, doing
Right.
family stuff, but yeah.
All right, we got Wendell Bethel here. Let's see if he tries to bide time, roll out, or quick pass.
It's 3rd and long.
And it seems like he's buying time.
Yep.
Look at that. It's just, you can't. Oh,
He
Throws it to
caught by Mark Hawkins.
nice catch by Mark Hawkins for a gain of about 6 yards.
I feel like some of these Goblins players have great chemistry. You know, like I just saw Jarrett Wolf helping up a Hammers player.
Right,
You
yeah.
want that on your team.
They have amazing chemistry with the other team.
Yeah. It's just they need to get the internal chemistry good.
Exactly. You know, and the Goblins are one of, besides the Aces, I'd say, since they already got their win, but Goblins are one of the most deserving teams of a win.
Yes.
You know, I mean, they just, it's time.
Uh-huh.
It might not be this week, especially if there's a score here. Might not be next week. Might not be the week after.
But they
Might
do
not
play
be
the
week
Aces,
after.
who only have one win so far.
Yeah, and it really, I love the Aces. I used to be an Ace, but I kind of hope I was hoping they went completely defeated, so it'd be a 0-6 versus 0-6. But that's not the case, and I'm happy for the Aces.
And intercepted by Mario
McMillan. Wow,
Wow,
that's
that
what they
was
need.
quite the interception.
That's what they needed.
It's gonna hurt the stats for Wendell, but it's not much you can do against great plays like that.
Right. And really looking at this Goblins defense, they've accumulated a few playmakers such as Jordan Gurton, but the only guy, if I'm a quarterback, I am not throwing to is Mario McMillan.
Yes.
You know, there are times where, you know, Jordan might have a blown coverage, or, you know, Jordan can only do so much playing safety, I think.
Yeah.
So really one guy I would never throw to is Mario McMillan, and for that reason exactly.
Yeah. Just I throw it on whatever side of the field he's on. I just focus on the other side.
Exactly. It's an island over there.
Yeah.
Now we got Amari McMillan in the backfield. Interesting. Maybe to help with blocking. Yep.
And it looks like he's just gonna be a dump off man. And intercepted by Peyton Keene.
Back by Peyton Keene.
I hate to say this, Alex. I think this
It's not
game's
looking
over.
good. It's not looking good, I will say. You know,
I'm just
I've
happy
witnessed
that-
many comebacks in my football fan career, but
Right.
this might not be one you can come back from.
I really don't think it is, just because the Goblins haven't shown a reason for them
Yeah.
to be able to come back yet.
They just had a spark of hope, and that spark just went away like that.
And what they need to do, bring back week 1, first half Goblins.
Yes. They put up 18 points against 0.
And we haven't seen anything like that since.
No.
I think that first game, Mason Sweats was trying his heart out.
And now Mason just doesn't care. Talk about
You know, Mason's a good athlete,
but
better than what people give him credit for when he tries.
yes, but,
But when he's
I
not
just don't
here-
see the effort there.
Exactly.
You know, the effort in just showing up.
Exactly. It's
I will say, this Goblins team does not have the greatest effort because half of them don't show up.
Oh, that was a bad.
Is up for
That should be an
Daniel Williams.
interception.
Oh,
Broken up by Jordan.
batted
Gurley.
down by Jordan Gurton.
Jordan Gurton, did you know the whole situation about? him
I
coming-
did.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's difficult. Like, you gotta let him play, and I felt like letting the Goblins pick him up was
Yeah.
fair. But like, with the roommate situation up in college, or his
Right.
rooming,
I think for the circumstance, it was completely fair. 'Cause
Yes.
yes, I drafted him. I traded away my rights. It is what it is.
Mhm.
And I think the best place for him to be is at the Goblins right now because they need him, and hopefully he can bring their team together more than it is right now.
yeah.
Seeing a third down here, Wendell taking the snap.
Buying
Buying
flag on the
time.
play.
Wendell Bethel.
Dumps it off to Mark Hawkins. Gets a block from Jamie Rabiola.
That might
And he
be
goes
Mark
in for
Hawkins'
the-
touch.
Scored a
And
touchdown, but there is a
where
flag on the play.
where is the effort?
Oh, I think they have 8 men on the field.
Who?
The Hammers. Yeah, I count 8. So that play's gonna
Wow.
get turned over.
I was gonna say that's a lot of blockers.
Yeah.
Great blockers. Great block.
It kind of helps when you have an extra guy.
And there were 8 men on the field by the Hammers.
It's not hard to block, 7 guys when you have
Makes sense that that was a
15,
touchdown,
right?
but
So
it's gonna
Yeah.
have to be
not
called
that
back.
exaggerated in this case, but
Yeah, I remember. What week was it? I was against it was week 3, where we had 8 people on the field, but the refs didn't call it. But like, my teammate saw it and he was like, "Oh, crud!"
yeah,
And he yelled at me to get off the field.
yeah. It's a very common mistake that sometimes isn't caught. Good thing
Yeah.
it was caught there, keeping the game in. Oh,
All time in the world, and
that should have.
I
been,
felt like that wasn't even targeted for Caleb.
that should have been either a catch or an interception. I did not see that being incomplete because he had his hands on it, and then Jared Rivera was right behind him, ready for that ball to come
Mhm.
down.
I honestly think that was intended for David Schwartz for,
Really?
yeah, a deep hitch.
Caleb just tried to go up for it.
Yeah. Wow, what a catch by Omar.
The referee might have the best catch of this game.
Yeah. He might try and break the record for most footballs held at one time. I know it's held by Scotty Miller of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, how
For
many
7.
was that?
I think it was 7.
Oh boy, see, this is what Wendell does. Buying time, buying time, buying time, buying time. These guys can't catch
If he
him.
does get sacked, though, it's going to be...
He's not going to get sacked. He's Wendell Bethel. He's not getting sacked. Look at that. Look at that. That's what Wendell does best. And
And
interception.
Again by Amarion McMillan.
you see, you got to drop that there. You're not in the end zone, and the yard marker's past the 20.
I might have Amarion McMillan for Defensive Player of the Week, as of right now.
Yeah. I would say he's making defensive player of the
Dude,
week.
in terms of this game,
Yeah.
the stars in this game,
I see. Like, he's making defensive plays. I just wouldn't say
Exactly.
they're smart.
and in terms of other weeks, since Liam wanted to argue with me about it, in terms of other weeks, we don't see performances with 2 interceptions that often. And typically, people like Liam Baser who do get 2 interceptions end up being Player of the Week.
Yeah. All the blockers in the world. Jared Rivera.
Jared Rivera, let's see if he can get the edge.
Comes it off to Jared Rivera. Tackle made by Peyton Keene.
Yeah.
That's a gain of 15.
If I'm the Goblins right now, you're trying every trick play you have, if they have
Yes.
any. If not, make one up in the huddle because they need something.
Yeah.
You have studs
Maybe
on the
put-
field like Daniel Williams, and you just can't compete against people like that.
Yeah. What I would try and do if I was the Goblins is, like a Philly special.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You have
Jarrett Wolf,
Exactly.
who I've seen can throw. I've never seen a person throw that well with gloves on.
Yeah, it's that's impressive.
Yeah.
I didn't know throwing with gloves was a thing until Jared Wolf stepped
Yeah.
on the field.
There's like one quarterback in the league that can throw with gloves.
Yeah, one quarterback on this planet that can throw with gloves, and I think that's Jared Wolf.
Yeah.
Jared Wolf going to block, keeping Parker Townsend out of the backfield.
Mario in the middle.
Marion McMillan.
Is he not down?
Who wasn't whistled down.
Tackled by Wendell Bethel.
He was not whistled down, and they're gonna.
That's going to be a touchdown for the Goblins. Marion McMillan.
The backfield judge.
I need to see that play again.
Yes.
On a 55
Because
touchdown
Wendell Bethel, no way he is letting that pass to him. Because he knows no one's behind him.
Yeah. And
And if he wasn't confident that he got him down, he would have chased him.
Oh yeah, 100%. Wendell is not someone to give up on a play.
No. I might argue that
I've
call,
known
but
him
when-
since middle school.
I'm not mad about that call, keeping the Pioneers with the biggest margin of win, biggest lead this season. So I'm glad they got that score there.
Biggest point differential.
Exactly, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually Goblins need. The only 2 touchdowns are off missed tackles.
Go up. And
Holy
on
cow.
his-
McMillan.
Wow.
That's going to bring the score to Hammers 26, Goblins
13.
I'd like to know how much time's left in this game.
That is, yeah. We really need to work on that somehow. No, I think that's just. I think that's just Omar and Will practicing their flag throwing.
Man, could you get pressure? Attention. I think it's
There's a
13.
flag on the play.
Is there actually?
Holding
Oh my gosh.
on the offense. That's going to bring up a redo of the extra point attempt. Burton
Overthrown.
just overthrows Ralph Lynch. So that'll bring the score to Hammers 26, Goblins 12.
Right now this is pretty much looking like a 2-man offense, or pretty much a 2-man offense.
Yeah.
Haven't seen really much of Ralph Lynch or Nick Campione.
When you have Jared Wolf on the field, your 2 best targets right now are by far Amari McMillan, and Jared Wolf is an athlete as well.
Yes.
So is Jared Rivera.
Yes, Jared
Get these
Rivera.
guys the ball.
Yes. Jared Rivera just makes an excellent center because of how big he is.
And he can
probably
block.
he probably got that big at Vero Fitness, I do have to say.
Exactly. I at the combine I was looking for a center because I didn't want to be center for my own team.
Yeah.
And I was looking at Jared Rivera. I would say he's probably a top 5 center in this league, and he doesn't even play center.
Yeah.
He can block. He's fast enough to get to the edge, and he can catch. He does everything a center should do and need to do, and it's a shock that he's not always at center.
Yeah. But when you have Michael Dilks.
Right. Just this stud of an athlete.
Yeah. Just a big-bodied athlete.
Exactly, and he puts all of his effort in the game, and he really, people might not think it, but he brings the team up.
Yeah. I think Ralph Lynch might have played soccer based off his cleats. So
Oh,
he
yeah,
might
he
be able to
definitely
boot this back deep.
But they decide to.
Or
Oh!
onside, right to Mark
Onside
Hawkins.
kick picked up by Mark Hawkins.
That ball stayed on the ground for
That seemed like
1
the play
second.
from the Water Boy. You remember that? With the
Which
kicker?
one? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's such a good movie.
I know.
Adam Sandler, man, just...
I don't get how people don't say that's the greatest football movie of all time.
Well, when you got movies like Remember the Titans, have you ever seen that movie?
I did. Yeah.
Come on.
Also, The Longest Yard's pretty good.
That is a good, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have, just classics like, the one with the rock.
The Game Plan.
The Game Plan.
Ah.
I used to love that movie.
The Boston Rebels. I do have to
Mark?
say, Paul Crewe is quite the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we have...
Fakes the handoff to Jamie Bela.
Oh.
And downfield blocker.
Is he not there?
Wendell Bethel
He was
on
not
the
down by Jared Rivera. Or he was down by Jared Rivera.
right. Tagged down by Jared Rivera.
All right. Well, it's going to be second down for the Goblins. Or no, for the Hammers. Sorry, my...
Yeah. Looks like there might have been a missed call on the field, but
Now that happens often. You can't blame these guys. They're not
Yeah,
they're
they're
not
not
referees.
professionals.
Right. They call what they can. They try their best. Sometimes there's missed calls. Sometimes there's bad calls.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all here to have fun.
You know, an ideal career for me would be an NFL referee.
That would be fun.
Yes. They get all their flights paid for. You work 1 day a week, really. And
They make decent money,
yeah.
especially if you're good.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the Super Bowl level referee, you know.
Oh my
it's-
gosh, you get so
great
much
job.
money. Wow.
Wendell
That guy's
Bethel
soft.
on the run.
Oh. David Schwartz back deep.
Gain of 12.
Calling NASCAR. Let's see what NASCAR is here.
I believe it is tempo. Because, you know, NASCAR's a race.
Right. That would make sense.
And it looks like they're going in hurry up. I definitely didn't hear that from one of their players or anything. You know, I honestly didn't expect Mark Hawkins to be this good of a center.
You know, he snaps the ball where it should be and can go out for a pass. I don't know how good of a blocker he is because I haven't been watching his blocking, but
Yeah.
he goes out for a pass, finds open.
Wendell can
open
make that.
field.
If Wendell can make that much time in the pocket,
Right.
you don't really need.
Really, if I'm the Hammers, I don't block anybody.
No.
And Wendell can run 30 yards back, run back and forth all game.
Mm-hmm.
He could probably run out a quarter just running around.
6 minutes and 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
There are 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, I'm glad that the game was somewhat close. It's still a 2-score game.
Peyton Keene dumps it off to Wendell Bethel.
And that's a catch only Wendell can catch.
Yeah, and he's.
And he's going to hit
No one
that.
can catch him.
I don't
Barely
think
tackled by
I don't
Ralph
think-
Lynch.
I don't think he got him,
Gain
if I'm
of
being honest.
13 on the play.
I didn't see the second
He
hand
touched
hit.
his jersey. He touched the
He
jersey.
did. He did, okay.
But-
I'm ready for that Chick-fil-A truck.
Ooh, yeah.
What?
Do we still have raffle tickets? Oh, tell you guys, the raffle, definitely want to participate.
Devastating news.
Yeah. I just really hope that's a very blue sky over there.
Does look like it.
Let's check the radar for today. While we wait for the snap. 1, 2. Not a storm in sight for today. Oh, caught for a touchdown for Jamie Pabula.
Touchdown.
It's like clockwork.
27-yard touchdown for Peyton Keene.
Wow.
Yeah, not a storm in the area. Looks like we'll have.
That's great. You're playing next game, correct?
Yes.
Well, I can
Hopefully my curse does not continue. I've never won a single game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not last year, because you were on.
The Jersey Gunslingers. And the
Right.
only week they won, I was gone.
And Alex Charis has been in this league for 2 seasons, and it's the exact opposite with me. I have never lost a game that I've attended besides the championship
Yeah.
of last season.
You
A
never
regu-
lost a regular season game.
Never. I'm like Trevor Lawrence. Some people compare me to him. You know, I got the hair going on.
Yeah.
I got the height,
Hmm.
the physique. You know.
But I bet you Trevor Lawrence might actually lose a game this year.
That's a good bet to take. That's
Yeah.
a very good bet to take. But if he somehow manages to go 17-0, wow.
It is 32-12. Yeah.
Some might call this a blowout. I am some.
Yeah.
score is now Hammers 32, Goblins 12.
You know, when Chick-fil-A can't come to us, I might have to go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. It was always DoorDash or Grubhub.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that, but my
if
phone.
I'm going to DoorDash anything, I'm a DoorDash Cafe 66.
Exactly. Are they on DoorDash?
I don't know.
If they were on DoorDash,
I might have to order some. It's either that or I.
you know,
Bother
it's
my mom
rumored
to go
that
get
it's
some.
rumored that if Cafe 66 is on DoorDash, you know, their stock price will double.
I think that DoorDash is a bad company and they only do major chains.
Onside
Yeah.
kick recovered by Jared Wolf.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I don't know
Strategy.
why they went for it.
What
It's
it's
a bold strategy, Cotton.
within 10 yards. Within 10 yards.
Yeah.
But, you know, to each their own.
You know, these athletes seem very calm and collected today. I think that's part of the reason with Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Yeah, and I also think, in terms of the Goblins being very calm, they're just used to the situation they're in. Nothing out of the ordinary, you know. They're
Caught by Ralph Lynch.
but they're gonna play to the last second.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main part to Jordan Gurton. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna play.
He brings a calm and collected atmosphere to the team.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing about Jordan. Playing with him on the Aces last season,
Yeah.
he is not the most energetic guy on the field by any means,
Yeah.
but
Jordan Gritton's pass is incomplete.
he still feels passionate about the game.
Yes.
He just shows it in different ways.
Yeah. I'd say he's like Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah,
You know, Stephon Gilmore, very humble, I'd say.
doesn't talk a lot.
No.
It just, you know,
He just wants money.
yeah.
That's why he's holding out right now.
Oh, well,
I don't
that's-
blame him.
That's a nerve-wracking situation. I don't blame him either, but
But, like, you look at the Patriots' defense.
pretty good defense.
Yeah.
You know, J.C. Jackson.
Especially the secondary.
J.C. Jackson, I think, is being an undrafted free agent, one of the new studs. Of
I
the
will
league.
say he is a little bit overrated, though.
He is, because if I'm a quarterback and I have Stephon Gilmore, J.C. Jackson,
I'm obviously going to throw
Who am I
more
throwing
towards
it to?
J.C.
an
Jackson.
undrafted free agent, or the defensive player of the year.
Also, a lot of his interceptions were off bad throws, I will say.
Yeah, because
He has a lot. I remember the
Gurton up the middle.
Bills Patriots game
Goes around.
where Stephon Diggs just destroyed him.
Right
And
into the
Stephon
reach.
Diggs, I had him on my fantasy team. He almost won me.
For a
You
gain of
played
21.
a player on your fantasy team that was going against the Patriots.
I did.
I can't do it.
I know, it
I
was
can't
very
do it.
difficult, but I was going up against Alvin Kamara on Christmas Day.
Oh, okay.
I had to do anything and everything,
You know,
and I still lost.
I remember that I had, I think it was
Jordan Gurton's
the,
pass is incomplete.
I don't know, I had a certain defense. Maybe the Rams. I don't know if they play the Patriots. I think it might have been the
Yeah,
Rams
the Rams.
against the Patriots.
Yeah, they.
And I took the Rams defense out of my lineup
Oh, I put them in
because
over
I'm
the
a Patriots fan.
I was like, I want the game to be really close, a low scoring, really close game,
And what happened? So the Rams ended up getting a lot of points.
and a pick six.
Yeah. So it happens. You know, I don't have the heart.
I played the Patriots defense over the
Gurton's pass is
LA Chargers
again
because I knew that Bill Belichick would just.
Best coach ever. Some
Yeah.
compare him to, you know, Coach Peyton Keene.
Yeah, but you know, Bill Belichick against rookie quarterbacks. I think he's only lost one game.
That tears him apart.
And it was Colin Kaepernick, and
Speaking on the situation, how do you see the I know unrelated, but how do you see the Buccaneers Patriots game going this year?
I am very excited to watch it. I think Bill Belichick is gonna pull something crazy and win, or it's just gonna be a complete blowout by the Buccaneers.
Hopefully not. Hopefully we don't see it going the way this Goblins game is currently going.
I think they're gonna sign Eli Manning for a one-game deal, and then
Jordan Gurton's pass is complete to Jarrett Wolf.
Well.
Touchdown, Goblins.
So that brings it to a 2. Well, they need to convert here. They need the conversion,
Yeah.
I believe.
So then it'll be 20 to 32. Oh, I just got an iMessage from Dr. Mosblick.
What does Dr. Mosbeck have to say?
It says, "Hi all, hope you..."
32-18. Yep.
32-19.
32-19.
It says here, "Hi all, hope your summer has been great. Indian River County Conservation Department needs volunteers to help with endangered mint studies. If interested, let her know."
Well, why do that when you can be out here enjoying nature at the Masters Academy field?
Yeah. Speaking of volunteers, love to have them.
Yeah. If
You
anybody,
can never have too many
Right.
volunteers.
If anybody at home is interested in volunteering for the VXFL, please, let anybody know really that can come get somebody.
Sacked by Parker Townsend.
By Peyton Keene.
And
Parker Townsend. So the score is 19 to 32.
Score is now 32 to 19. Hammers.
you really hate to see it.
You love to see close games, but you
Yeah.
hate to see blowouts. Unless you're playing in fantasy football.
Right.
Then you always want high scoring blowout
And-
games.
I think that this season would have been way too much to do. And would have been way too hard.
Yeah, fantasy
But
football for the VXFL.
VXFL fantasy football.
I
would
thought
be
of it
insane.
week 1. I was like, it's possible.
It's possible because
It's just gonna be insanely difficult.
We do take stats. But I would. What
Yeah.
if you're playing? If I take Wendell Bethel in my fantasy draft, and I'm playing him, what do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do in that
And there's
situation?
only 8 teams, so you can't have that big of a league.
Exactly. Wendell Bethel getting the tape
Let's see what he's
for
doing.
whatever reason. Oh.
19. They scored a 1 point.
Huh.
And out.
Kicking out of bounds. That will be a flag.
The Goblins will go out of bounds.
Huh. I thought it was 18 or 19.
I did too.
It will be the Hammers ball at the 35-yard line.
Because let's see, they just had that incompletion.
This game is over. If they score here,
It pretty much is. There's hardly any time. And the only way to stop this Hammers offense
Preston,
is an interception. I think the Hammers are just going to
Right.
run the ball.
127.
the only way
Minute 27 left in the
I
game.
have the Goblins winning here,
Hammers have the ball at the
is if-
35-yard line.
Coach Wixon takes a drive down to Hollywood, Florida, and picks up Antonio Brown, brings him back, and becomes.
Or he gets the Vero Beach local, Brian Stork, in at center. Because this pass rush is immense.
That's what you need right now.
Yeah. You need a Super Bowl champion to help this team.
Exactly.
Do we have a trophy yet? I want to see the trophy. For the VXFL.
I don't think we have one yet. Oh, Peter Wixon with the rush.
Peyton Keene.
Oh, immense.
and
And he runs out of bounds.
He just jogs. it
Not
out.
the smart move there.
Well, when you're up by this much, what is it?
It's only 2 scores.
3, isn't it?
18 to 32.
Oh,
It's a 14-point game.
yeah.
How do you think the Patriots are going to do this year?
Well, I
Do you
made
think they're going to beat
Oh.
the Dolphins? Oh, flag on the play.
Well, I made a bet that they were going to win 10 games.
I could definitely see that, especially with 17 games this year.
Hopefully that's the case.
I hate to say it, but I don't think they're going to win the division. I feel like Josh Allen is going to have another MVP caliber season.
When you have Buffalo there, Buffalo is just,
Yeah.
strong force this season.
But, I don't see the Dolphins doing as well as everyone thinks.
We'll see. We are in Florida, so perspectives might be a little skewed and biased, but anything can happen any given Sunday.
I do have to say that I feel like Tua is a bust.
Yeah, I agree. Some compare Tua to Michael Gould in this league. You know, some of the biggest draft busts.
Yeah. Remember when everyone was talking about how he scored like ridiculously low on the football IQ test?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people were saying, I'm not going to name names, but Michael Gould was an MVP candidate.
He's definitely MVP caliber. He does have the potential to play.
The skill to be an MVP.
Yes, just
He doesn't apply it to the field. And it would be...
He just... I feel that he plays way too selfishly.
I agree.
You know? If he plays quarterback, he doesn't want to get a dump off or throw the ball away.
Right.
He'll rather scramble around the pocket for...
He has the facilities to be one of the best players in this league.
Yes. That's why he was taken so high in the draft.
Well, he actually slipped very far.
In the
Liam.
first year.
On the first year, yeah. People didn't know how he played.
Hey, what was the penalty? There's a false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
False start on the Alabama Hammers. Peyton Keene taking the snap, and he's down by Peter Wixon. Oh, Nick Campione. By Nick Campione.
I guess it was Nick Campione.
Wendell.
And we have Wendell standing right in front of the camera.
You want a mid-game interview? Come on in. Never mind.
Looks like we might get a mid-game interview.
They call me when I have to ride.
How you doing, Wendell?
I'm doing great. And yourself, sir?
I'm doing all right. How do you feel about this game?
It was all right. We could have did way better. We're playing like really like below our game. We have higher standards than this.
Quick question for you. Is there any team in this league that you are... Is there any team in this league that you're scared of?
I'll have to say I'm questioning the Pioneers. I've never got to experience them. I know my team won without me, but the Pioneers are still a good team.
You know, and I think you and the Pioneers' relationship's very good, you know. We just mutual respect. Game recognizes game. Anyway, go out there and finish this game off, Wendell.
Good luck. I could also go for some McDanks right now.
I could go for anything, to be honest. I'm very hungry.
Yeah. Gotta poop. Ooh, sacked on 4th down. That's not smart right there. Nicholas Campione. He's really feeling the rage right now.
This game's not over.
No.
The Goblins will get the ball at the 32.
Has it passed a 2-minute warning yet?
Yes.
Oh, it has.
Yes.
Oh, this game's over then.
You never know. It's not over till it's over.
Right.
It's only 2 scores.
They need the onside kick, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe onside kick recover rate is 0% this season.
No.
No? There has been an onside kick recovery?
Yes.
In what game?
I believe it was an Aces game. It was the Aces Hammers game.
Sacked by Parker Townsend.
What was that?
The Aces Hammers game. I think the Hammers recovered an onside kick.
I did not know that.
Timeout called by the Goblins.
Because as opposed to last season, no, onside kicks just aren't as successful.
Yeah.
Last season, it was something that happened every game.
Mm-hmm. I think it's because more teams are more prepared for it now.
Exactly.
And,
People drill that in practice. I know I have.
Yes.
You know, we drilled onside kicks.
You know, I haven't for last year. The Gunslingers never practiced. I think there was one, and I showed up, and it was Jake, and he was like, "We're not doing it," because it was only me and him.
Right.
They need part of the team in order to play.
You know what's also crazy to think about? A player who has never won a single game in VXFL history, not even a playoff game or a championship game, Daniel Gaznikov. And he was on the team with the best regular season record.
Huh.
You know, he showed up one game during the regular season, we lost. Showed up during all the playoffs, and both games were lost. Well, one was a scrimmage, but
Yeah.
same rules apply.
and a sack by Peyton.
Wow. Effort by the.
You
know,
have to feel for Jordan. Can't get anything done. He's
They need an offensive line.
yes.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. I honestly feel
You know,
like we should have extended
watch
the
Nick
trade
Campion
deadline.
here. Watch Nick
There's
Campion.
nothing
Watch,
he
his,
can
watch
do.
his feet. Watch his feet. So as a center, what you do, your first step,
And he is sacked again.
you want to take that bucket step, get wide, shuffle out, and you're there. You take
Yes.
the angle. He tries to snap, stand up, and chase him. It
Yeah,
doesn't work.
You want to stay in the snapping position.
Right.
Second Parker. Parker, I was letting Peyton catch up. Parker's at 6, Peyton's at 2.
Peyton just has a lot of pressures. There's lots of pressure.
And that's the game.
Ooh. Peter Wixon is not happy. I'm very scared for the post-game interview, but unfortunately, I have to prepare for my game.
I can handle the interviews if you like.
Thank you. Kind sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry about
And
that.
that's the game. Your final score, Hammers 32, Goblins 18.
Peter Wixon.
Stick around for game 2 of the day, which will take place in about 10 minutes. And that will be the South Beach Hunters taking on the East Coast Aces.
Thank all. You did a great job, Erguling.
Peter.
This was like the most stats.
All right, then we have
It was Peyton.
Peyton.
Out the quarterback. It's not gonna keep like stats.
Yeah, 6 for 8, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. Come on, Ace. So he's the best quarterback. It's hard to throw. Basically, one passing touchdown.
Mark. You want an interview? You want an interview? Oh, you do? Owners at the end? My apologies. Never mind. I thought we could do anybody. We can only do owners at the end.
Hey guys, make sure that no one, hey Liam, you see this, the blue tape on there? If anyone sits or moves in that direction, they get into the picture.
If anyone sits within that.
Yeah, like if anyone stands or sits like this, they're going to get in the picture. So make sure everything.
Thanks for volunteering.
Bye, Nate.
Peyton Keene.
Bye, Banks. Thanks, guys.
How you doing?
Good. How are you today, sir?
Good, good.
Nice. Good day to be a Hammer. All right. How do you feel about that game?
You know, our first half was outstanding. We played great on both sides of the ball. Our defense, Parker Townsend, gosh, what a blitzer. He did a great job for us on defense. There was that one busted play to Jared, which it happens when you're blitzing 2 guys. But the second half, we got to clean up a lot. We threw, I think, 2 picks, gave up 2 touchdowns. One of them just should not have been a touchdown. Another busted play. So we got to clean that up. Our second half has been our weakness this far this season. So if we clean that up, I think we're unstoppable. But the first half Hammers team you saw gets me excited.
Yeah, it was great performance on both sides of the ball. Really, defense looks great, offense looks great. In terms of play, what improvements do you think you guys can make?
Our second half, our third and fourth quarter, I think we got a little bit away from the game plan. Some guys tried to do a little too much, got a little too comfortable. I think it's scary when you get into bigger teams and all of a sudden you abandon your game plan. It can hurt your team in the long run, especially in playoffs when every drive matters. So definitely our second half. Other than that, our coverage at times today got a little lazy. It's hot though, I get it. So work on that. And then on offense, just keep moving the ball. Our run game was outstanding. Our pass game was there, hit and miss. But other than that, I like where we're at.
I'm excited to see the Hammers hopefully in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
See you later, Payne. How do you feel, Jarrett? Wish the trade deadline was still around. Peter! How do you feel?
I mean, the offense is definitely getting there. Defensively, we played really good in the second half. I think that we can build on this for the next 2 weeks. I think we can definitely finish the season with 2 wins. I think the Aces are a very winnable team. The Hunters we played earlier this season, I think we can definitely beat them with all our guys there. I feel good about this, but we definitely need to work on the blocking. And other than that, I don't have any other.
How do you feel your team chemistry? How do you feel it is right now? And how do you feel it affects your gameplay?
Well, I think we saw 2 different teams out there, and for my team anyways. The second half, I think we got together on the sideline. We made a defense. We game planned a little more than we should have been doing in the first place. And we played a lot better. And our team actually had chemistry in the second half.
Right.
In the first half, it just looked like an individual game. Everyone was playing their own game, and no one was communicating. But I think we definitely came together in the second half, and I'm looking forward to what we can do in these upcoming weeks.
The addition of Jordan Girton, obviously very impactful to your team. What qualities or traits you think he's brought to the team that's really helped your game?
He's definitely brought leadership. He's never upset, or he's hard on players, but he's never discouraging to players, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And he's a really good leader. He's a really good quarterback, and he's brought leadership. Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm excited to see you guys play next week. Hopefully, pull out a
We're gonna
win.
finish 2-0.
All right. Perfect.
Thank you.
All righty, Peter. Have a good one. And we're off. All right.
Did Mike pick up those roosters over there?
Hey, how close was I to getting that forced fumble on that kneel?